Okay. Hello. So
Hi,
you are applying for the HR recruiter position at Beaumont ISD, correct?
that is correct. Yes.
All right. First question I have for you is what inspires you to pursue a career in human resources, and what do you find most rewarding about working in this field?
So actually, I kind of rolled into human resources by default. I
Oh,
used to
really?
work at the campus. Yes, I was the campus secretary
Okay.
for a while at an elementary campus, and I just wanted something new and different because I love to do different things. I am a
Mhm.
people person. So once I got into the role in human resources as a specialist, where I began to do onboarding for new hires, I did presentations. We're just kind of giving people background information about the district after they've been hired. So now this new role is open where you can actually recruit the employees before they're even hired to work with the district. And I'm like, hey, that's me. I like talking to the people anyway.
Yeah. Really get a
I have
feel for them, you
relations.
know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that's what pushed me to apply for this position.
Nice, nice. So a follow-up question to that is, how do you go about recruiting and selecting new employees, and what criteria do you use to evaluate the people that are looking for that job?
So first, in order to recruit someone, we do host these job fairs at different universities, right?
Mhm.
So at the university, you'll set up a table, you meet all of the college students, and you just kind of
Mhm.
gauge their interests. Some are interested in education, they're graduating in the field of education. They want to be
Mhm.
teachers. So you
Yeah,
just
of
have that
course.
conversation with them to see, hey, what kind of teacher you want. So you just kind of gauge their interest. And from there, I already have relationships built with the principals. I'm like, hey, this person will be a good fit at your campus. They're good in this X, Y, and Z. Go
Yeah.
ahead and schedule for an interview, get them hired.
Really hyping them up, huh? Like if you get a good
Yes,
feel for
yes,
them, hype them up and really tell them about it. Nice, nice.
absolutely.
Let's see here. What do you believe are the key skills and qualities necessary to be successful in human resources role, and how would you demonstrate these attributes in your workplace?
Okay. So the key points for one is customer service communication. If you're not a people person, if you're not able to communicate with someone effectively and efficiently, first know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Know the information, right? And this the last key point I would say is just being an active listener. I know that we get into this place where we just want to hire people, want to fill the vacancy, we want to put them in a role.
Right,
But
right.
actually listening to a person, to seeing what's the best fit for them, it helps to avoid turnovers, high turnovers at the end of the school year. So I think just effective communication, listening, and just having the customer service ability to be professional and being aggressive at the same time, because sometimes it's like, I don't know. So you have to be like, hey, you want this position. This is where you want to go. I'm going to get you.
Yeah,
Tell me what you want and let me help you because I'm here to help you. So just
exactly.
having that personality. Mhm.
And it's a good strength to have as well, since you've already played the role as a secretary. So you're used to communicating with a lot of people and listening and being able to give, I guess, sort of advice as well. So
Yes.
that's always good.
Mhm.
So another question I have for you is, how would you handle conflicts between employees? 'Cause I know you worked in the school area, so they probably had some conflicts between employees. What steps would you take to promote a positive work environment?
Mhm. So I'll just use an example. We get calls all the time from now in my role from teachers that are supposed to be teaching the kids in the classroom
Uh-huh.
because they're frustrated or upset about something. So you
Mhm.
have to, for one, listen to the person, listen to their concerns. But we do have a chain of command, so they have to follow the chain of command and first communicate with your supervisor because we do want to give them the opportunity to resolve the issue at that level if they can, and just reiterate the chain of command, let them know, hey, I am here for you. If this doesn't resolve the issue that you do have, let me know and I'll see what next steps we can take together. But I want you to know that you do have support from me and my team. If I can help you, I'll get someone that can help you so that we can resolve the issue. And just being open and honest. I think a lot of people they just want to be heard. They want to be valued. They want to be appreciated. And to just
Mhm.
have that relationship, that communication with them, to let them feel that, I think it will help resolve conflict so that it is a more positive in the workplace.
Nice. Does that is it the same criteria you use for students, or is it kind of a lower criteria when it comes to like a rebellious student of some kind?
It's not the same criteria with students. Students that you can't refer them to anybody because
Yeah.
kind of hot-headed a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
So you have to be able to talk to them on their level.
Of course.
You know, they just want to be understood because sometimes they feel frustrated, like nobody understands me, I need help, or something could be
Mhm.
going on at home with the students. So it's more personal when dealing with the students than it is with the teachers.
Nice. So as an HR recruiter, how do you ensure that the job postings and or advertisements are written in a way that attracts a diverse pool of candidates? And what steps do you take to promote inclusivity in the recruiting process? Like, how do you make a job listing pop for others to make it a diverse group of people to go for that said job?
Now, as far as the posting for the job list, there's nothing that we can really do to make it pop because the job description is job description.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
can't change that, right? The only thing that we can do is, I guess, as far as to gauge attention of other employees, is just to consistently promote that position, go out and market that position, put it in
Gotcha.
the website, post flyers on the campuses, things of that sort. That's the only way that it can pop. But to ensure that the position is posted correctly, you just
Mhm.
communicate with that principal. Hey, this is the position that you want. You want to hire a fifth grade teacher, right? Okay, what qualifications do you have? What expectations do you have for a fifth grade teacher so that we can assure that we list this in here so that we hire the best candidate for your campus, because each campus is different. Some campuses are specialty campuses where they focus on performing in visual arts, technology based. So what type of teacher do you want for your campus? And with that being said, when I have those conversations with those students, at those individuals at those job fairs, I'll ensure that I'm able to relate whatever the actual job description is to that person so I can put their resume to the hands of the principals.
Nice. All right. Can you describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision related to HR, and how'd you go about resolving that said issue?
A difficult decision. Let's see. I will say not a difficult decision, but more so as a mistake was made and I had to correct it, and it was dealing with
Mhm.
somebody's money.
Uh,
So, I thought someone was I guess we have the salaries where they're called pay grades. So I thought someone was going to be a different, at a higher pay grade based on their position, but information was left off of the status form, changing that person into that position. So with that being said, I put the person in the wrong position, gave them the wrong salary. They were overpaid for a couple of months. I got hit on that, slapped on the hand for that. So I had to go back and correct that, have that conversation with that employee. It did not turn over well because they had to pay money back. But that was a mistake. That was an error. And I was so remorseful. I was like, oh my God. But it was something, that happened. It was very, very disturbing. But
yeah, but you learned from it, right?
I did. I
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
did.
All
Yeah.
right. So how do you build and maintain relationships with candidates, and what strategies do you use to keep them engaged throughout the hiring process?
So and that's a really good question. So based on maintaining those relationships, like we say in HR, kind of keep them warm so they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
go anywhere. You have that constant communication with them. You do the 30-day rule where you follow up via email, or the weekly rule where you call them weekly. Hey, just making sure you're still interested. I still have your resume here. Um, you're going to be interviewed at such and such campuses. Just, keeping that open level of communication with them, letting them know,
Mhm.
hey, you're not falling by the wayside. I'm here. I'm here. So just that constant communication with them, whether it's weekly, every couple of weeks, or monthly, just having that conversation and just being supported even after they're hired. And I still want to be able to have a conversation with them. Hey, just following up with you. How's everything going on the campus? Do you need anything? Just having, I think that's how you build relationships, just being available with them and for
That's
them.
good. Yeah, yeah, of course. So are you familiar with most of the technologies used for HR recruitment? Like what technology do you use to post job listings?
So there's a software called Frontline AppleTrack where we use
Mhm.
that to post requisitions, which are the actual positions. They're called requisitions. We use AppleTrack to post those. AppleTrack is used for employees to actually go and apply for positions at the campuses. So I do have a level of experience with that because in my current role, where I'm a specialist, I'm the one that I manually enter the new hires into the system based on the information that they put in AppleTrack through the applications. So because I navigate through that already, I already have the experience with with the software.
That's good. That's good. Let me see if I have any more questions here. I think I answered most of them. Let's see. I think that's mostly it. I kind of wanted to hear more about, I kind of just like a future basis of what are your like future goals, like as far as a HR recruiter, how far along do you want to go with that specific job? Like how do you would you like to stay in that area, or would you or do you have something more do you want to reach for as far as future
Oh,
goals?
absolutely. So I mean, I love communicating with people, like I said. So recruiting, I didn't know it would be a passion, but it seems it's something that I'm kind of gravitating towards a
Of
little more.
course.
But of course, after recruiting, if I can go up to become like a business partner, where you actually go in and check backgrounds of employees, I would love to
Mhm.
do that. And then from there, just continue to grow within the department, even after the HR business partner, maybe a director of HR,
Mhm.
then maybe the assistant superintendent in HR. So if I can continue to grow in HR with all of my experience that I'm gaining, I started here. And if I could just grow and go to the highest level, then that
Work your
would be
way up.
yes.
Yes, yeah, of course, of course. That reminded me of another question I had. When it come to like employee records and stuff like that, how could you ensure that those said records and confidential information is safe to the candidates?
So everything is electronic, so we don't paper push anything.
Okay,
Everything's electronic. So when they complete applications, that's done through a software. When they complete new hire documents, that's done through a software, and that goes directly to their employee file. So nothing is out in the open for it to be exposed for anyone. Except I would say maybe their resume that has their address and telephone number on it. But you have
that's yeah,
yeah, you have a folder that you can put that in,
yeah,
but other
yeah.
than that, yeah, personal information is not exposed because we're green.
It's good. It's all technology based, so it's all
Mhm.
confidential inside those.
Yeah,
Nice,
absolutely,
nice. Okay.
absolutely.
I think that's all I have for you. Is there anything else you would like to add to the interview?
Yeah, when can I start?
I think you did very good. Like that, yeah, of course. Most of the questions that I had were kind of, kind of really deep. I would think, especially when it comes to like in the workplace and in
Yeah.
diversity and stuff like that. But I think you did very good.